Yeah.
But talking of that, like, what's a franchise that you love, like horror franchise?
Is that a real question? You know what
Yeah.
that is? A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, it is a Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, yeah. Because I didn't know. Because obviously I didn't know if
Have
there
you
was like any
never
other
met
ones
before?
or
Like
anything
what?
as well. No, 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 no. Because I literally, when we were talking, I was like, oh God, like a franchise question, like that would be good. And then yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
always
yeah,
going to be Freddy, but close behind that is Candyman. Just
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's probably because Candyman and Freddy are just very similar. They live in like you okay?
yeah. No, no, no. You're right. I'm
Your
old. I'm
foot's
old.
asleep.
So I'm sitting in the same. Yeah, I'm sitting in the same position for a while, so it's
Yeah,
all good. Don't worry.
no, you're all good. Yeah, like they both live in like in a universe where fear keeps them alive, essentially. Which I really like the idea of that. But then after that would probably be Scream. Yes, I know it's another Wes Craven, but then again, the
Yeah,
opening to Scream scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Freddy,
yeah.
Candyman, Ghostface.
Yeah, I think I definitely asked the wrong question because I just had Resident Evil in my mind because I've been watching that a lot recently. That
Resident
was it.
Evil's
So it was
good.
like, or even like a franchise, yeah, that is kind of like maybe flawed or something. I can't think of it now, but yeah, like, but no, no, they're great. Obviously, great questions because I feel like I've now just repeated what we did on the last one.
That's okay. Not everyone's watched it. I know
Yeah.
someone who watched the whole thing. Who watched. I think they listened to it yesterday. But other than that, I
Oh
don't.
my days.
I
No.
don't stream it to get my views up.
No, 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 no,
Wouldn't,
no.
wouldn't
Like
do
it's
anything
like
like
me.
that.
It's like oh, like underrated franchise. Yeah, thank you, Jenna. I do appreciate. Yeah, like so, what would be like an underrated franchise? There you go. Like that. That's a great
Underrated.
question. Thank you. Yeah. It's like I'm not coherent this time of morning. I mean, I don't think I'm coherent any time of morning, but you know. But yeah, like an underrated
Underrated.
franchise. Oh, see that's a good
Mhm.
one. Or even say like yeah, also yeah, like an underrated franchise, but a franchise that isn't good all the way through. Because it's like I've just looked at the Purge. Like I hate Purge 1, 4, and 5, but I love 2 and 3. Like they're amazing. The ones with Frank Grillo. Like yeah,
I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one simply because it was too big of an idea to be stuck in such a small location. And then when
yeah.
they took it outside, the number two, an election
Oh
year, I loved bits. Like I actually wanted to be. Well, granted, it's not her name, but I wanted to dress up as Candy Girl for Halloween one year, and I was like, I can't walk around with like a bedazzled firearm in the street.
yeah. Always had it. Oh,
Rated.
oh,
Because I do
oh
enjoy
no.
like paranormal activity. I feel like they started really well and just really dwindled off because it would have just been okay to just be like, okay, this demon likes Katie because it just likes her. And then they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, there's a reason, there's a coven, there's this. You're like, oh, why do you have to make? It doesn't have to have a reason. It makes it scarier without a reason.
Yeah, yeah, with the Paranormal Activity movies, because I kept waiting for like answers, but they would just keep asking more questions, and I was like,
Yeah.
right, cool, that's not for me. That's not for me. You know.
And then there's like the one-off they did that was made more for like a Latino audience because it's very popular in Mexico
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Which I actually don't mind that particular one, but yeah, I feel like the more that they try to add to the mythology, the more they just don't answer anything. They just leave you like it's not leaving you wanting more. It's kind of like, can you at least answer something? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Oh dear.
I do enjoy like the Psycho series, as I've already mentioned before.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
That all four of them are so good.
Yeah.
So I've got
Um.
Phantasm there. I don't hear too many people outside of like close knit horror people talking about Phantasm. Like it doesn't just pop up
Oh
as
yeah.
regularly as like most other horror movies do.
Thank you. That's right. Yeah. No. T Lee has just joined. Hello. And Yeah. Oh God. So I love the See No Evil movies, and it's one of the ones where I feel like the sequel is better than the original. I do, and I know that's blasphemous because I think the first one was definitely shot in Australia. So I'm sorry. I that's nothing. I do love Australian movies.
Was
Please
it
do
filmed
not
in
hate me.
Queensland though? Because sometimes I think they're better than, and yeah, Queensland and Sydney think they're a bit better than everyone else, but
All right. Well, if it is, then that's fine. That's right. Yeah. Queensland. Oh.
Also a question from Dan asking thoughts on the Grindhouse films, as in Planet Terror and Death Proof.
Ooh. No, come on, come on. You've got to go first.
I think it really
I
depends on the version that you watch. For some reason, when they released it here, or they only released Death Proof as a theatrical release, we didn't get Planet Terror on its own. I know it was really weird. I think they released it around the same time they did in America, so it was like around Easter. Probably not the best thing to release on a holiday, but yeah, we only just got that release because it was a Tarantino movie. I don't think many people would have gone for a Rodriguez movie unless it was one of the Spy Kids movies.
yeah.
And I had to go all the way out to St Kilda, which is, granted, it's only like 40 minutes away from here, but went to a place called the Astor, the only place in Victoria that was playing it in its entirety with the trailers and the cuts and everything like that. I actually quite love it. I do think that Death Proof is a little too wordy for the format, if you know what I mean, just because this Quentin Tarantino just is very wordy with his scripts. It does play better being the shorter version of it that you find in the Grindhouse double feature. It's just, I'm pretty sure in the double feature they took out the dance that she does, yeah, which is annoying because I like that dance. I like that song. Like the amount of times I've listened to that soundtrack is ridiculous. Like as soon as like there's another Tarantino soundtrack, I'm if possible to wear out a CD when I was still buying them, I'll wear it out. But I do
Sorry,
like Grindhouse better than the separate.
Yeah, Jen Grace just says, oh, sorry, just says, I saw them together in the theatre when they came out. Fun time, but I don't like them much. Sorry about that, but yeah. No.
Yeah. So yes, seeing the entirety, seeing him with the mock trailers as well, just made it such a good experience. And it's really cool to think now that one of those, or granted now two of them have turned into movies with Machete and now Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And Eli Ross all happy because now he's about to create his own horror franchise with Thanksgiving because he got the green light to do number 2. Yeah. Good on him. I'm really happy for him, actually.
Yeah, considering how long it's taken him, he had the idea when he was 14, so I think he's now in his 40s, so it's taken a while.
So we just need to get Edgar Wright on to make Don't. I know he said that he won't, but he better.
Yeah, yeah, he's the last one holding. Yeah, but I agree with him because Don't is a great concept for a trailer, but not a. I think as a movie, I don't think it would. I don't think it would work. Right. No, because
you don't.
Because it's a series of scenarios that you just go don't, and then it's a shock, and then I could be proven wrong, but you know, Grindhouse was something I was eagerly anticipating. Like, I cannot stress how much I was ready for that movie. And then, sorry if anybody's from America, but the Americans basically bollocks it up to you know, because
he said it, not me.
Fun story was apparently everyone watched Planet Terror, and then as soon as Planet Terror finished, they all walked out the theater. That was so nobody saw Death Proof. So the Weinsteins had always planned to have the 3-hour experience and roadshow that, and then do each one individually as the extended kind of cuts. So once it bombed in America, and mind you, they put $50 million into that movie, they were like, okay, we need to just, you know, the UK basically got the Planet Terror and Death Proof, but the extended cuts, the individual ones. And it took us like 5 years after the movie to get the Blu-ray of Grindhouse.
Yeah.
I enjoy both. so Grindhouse and the individual movies for different reasons, like you say, each one has extended moments that are great, and the kind of Grindhouse cut has all the trailers and adverts that are fantastic. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But how do I feel about the movies? I love the movies. Like, I recently rewatched Planet Terror, and it flies. It is just a great gross out John Carpenter-esque slice of kind of 80s zombie action. Then you've got Death Proof, and that's the one that I've been defending lately, because I've gone back and revisited that, because like yourself, when I first kind of watched it, I sat there and I went, what is this movie? Like, it's not a horror movie, and it's this, and then the way that the kind of stuntman Mike, especially by the end of the movie, you're like, that doesn't track in my head how it's gone. But after seeing a lot of 60s kind of women on revenge movies, like the Russ Meyer kind of Vixen movies, you go, I've got it now. Like, now in my head, I know exactly kind of, or even like the Roger Corman kind of female action-led movies. You go, right, he was taking kind of two subgenres, mashed them together, because he gives you a great kind of slasher movie at the beginning, and then gives you that kind of revenge aspect. But I think the only thing that fails Death Proof in my eyes is that they use Zoe Bell as Zoe Bell. So I'm a bit zoned out when the action sequences take place with her on the hood of the car, because you're like, well, she's a stunt woman. I kind of, you've already teed that up.
Yeah.
So I think if she was a fictionalized character, I think that would have played a little bit better.
That moment when she's on the hood of the car, or the bonnet,
yeah,
and she like spins around and like faces her, I was like, oh my god, like I lost my mind. But
the bit that gets me is the bit where she's got the pole, and then jumps into literally jumps onto the kind of like where the window for the car is, and then it like a chariot. I was like, oh yeah, this is good.